Anybody else just sometimes think about the fact that Joey used Time Wizard's effect to make Dark Magician old, but then Yugi countered with Maku the Magical Mist, which somehow made it to where Dark Magician actually wasn't old, but he was still old, but he was Dark Sage, so he was stronger? Nothing in those early days just made any sense. It's no wonder that kids from that generation think that MST negates. What's going on, Dark Magical community? Thank you for joining me for episode number 2 of the Bond Between Teacher and Student series. Today we have a very special treat. Someone has sent a submission to me wanting to be able to incorporate playing Dark Sage in their deck. This guy's name is, does he have it in here anywhere? No, he just says hello, so we're going to call him Jaren Bull. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry for butchering your name there, friend. So he writes, "Hello, I have seen many of your videos, and you have helped me a lot to build a pretty strong Dark Magician deck, and I thank you very much. I'm trying to make a Dark Magician deck that has Dark Sage in it. Many people have told me that it is a useless card, and it is, but I still wish that I could play it on the deck. I hope that you can give me some tips on how to improve it. I don't want a Dark Sage deck, I just want to be able to use it in the deck. Do you recommend cross out, or do I play more hand traps?" So let's look at what he has here right now. So standard, he is playing Dogmatica, which is pretty cool, and he's incorporating the Dark Sage and the Time Wizard. So I know he said he doesn't want a Dark Sage deck, but I feel like if you're going to play Dark Sage, you probably want to give yourself as many ways to actually be able to make this card work as you can. So we're going to start off with just playing our normal Dark Magician package. So we're going to play Dark Magician Girl. We're going to go and put these in here. They may not make the final cut, but we're going to try not to have to come back to them. So we're going to go ahead and put in 3 of these. I doubt that'll make the final cut either at 3. Three Soul Servant. Did he have Magician Souls? Yes, he does have Magician Souls. Okay. A lot of times people submit these to me and they don't actually have Magician Souls, so it makes it a little bit harder to come up with what should be played instead. Is he playing Artemis? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for playing Artemis. You have no idea. So we need our Eternal Soul and our Salvation. So we're going to build this deck. We're not going to build around Dark Sage, but we're going to build this deck in a very different fashion than probably what most people would think. We do need to play Red Eyes Fusion, and obviously play Red Eyes Black Dragon, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I'm going to put 3 in here, but I don't think we're going to end up playing with 3, so this is really fun. So when we think of Dark Sage, we go back up to the very early days of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, right? Time Wizard turns Dark Magician into an old man. He loses his attack power, but it actually makes him stronger, and therefore increasing his attack power. So we're going to play 2 Time Wizards. So not only do we have to be able to summon Time Wizard and succeed in the effect of Time Wizard, we also have to tribute a Dark Magician. So how can we make this work? We have to Souls out Dark Magician and have this to normal summon. But how can we expedite this? How can we get more ways to make this happen? I think we play Fusion Deployment. And then we obviously have to play the 1,000 Dragons, so we have a card to reveal. It doesn't have to reveal an effect fusion, does it? No. Okay, sweet. So, I never thought I'd be putting this together. So, we have a way to be able to deployment out Time Wizard and deployment out Dark Magician. So, because we're sort of focusing around this fusion deployment type build, we probably won't incorporate the Sky Striker package into this. But there is an interesting card that I am going to incorporate into this, and that card is Super Poly. This card's actually like surprisingly really good for a Dark Magician right now because of one card. We have Dark Cavalry. This card just immediately deals with Baroness and Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, which are both two big issues right now. Let's see. And we also have Guilty Gearfried, which is a very strong card to be using if you're playing Super Poly, especially against Sword Soul, because if they go their normal turn 1 combo plus DPE, then you just Super Poly the Baroness and the DPE straight into Guilty Gearfried, because he takes 2 warriors with different attributes, and then if he's targeted, you can negate the effect, destroy a card on the field. And then if he was Fusion Summon using monsters in the field only as material, he can attack twice, which he always will because you're going to make him with Super Poly. And then also, if he attacks an opponent's monster during damage cow, you can banish a spell from your graveyard, and it gains attack equal to its current defense until the end of the turn. So this card's actually pretty insane to be playing with Super Polymerization. So this is the route that I think we're going to be going here. So we do have Confliction. Confliction we have is like we have Deployment, we have these summons, and we have 3 Red Eyes Fusion. But I almost think Red Eyes Fusion is just too good of a starter. Can you... I don't even know if you can even Time Wizard on turn 1 or not. Am I really going to have to go look this up? Because your opponent won't have monsters on the field.
346 minutes later.
So, I haven't had any luck in finding rulings if you can actually do this on turn 1, because it's not an effect that, I don't know, this is very, very weird, because the effect technically could resolve in, calling the wrong coin toss and blowing himself up, but I don't know. We need to figure this out. It's like kind of spicy if you can actually manage to go like turn 1 Dark Sage off of this, and then use Dark Sage to search the Super Poly or search the Red Eyes Fusion as a follow-up. So that's kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop this down to 2, and we need some defensive cards, because right now we're strictly all offense. We have no defense. We have no hand traps. We have no nothing. Dogmatica is probably the way to go with this. So we're going to go with the normal 1/1, and we're going to play Nadir. Let's see, we also need to be playing the punishments. Can't forget those. Okay, and we have 2 slots left in here. So what should our last 2 slots be? Let's go compare to his deck and see. He's playing Skill Drain. He's playing Crossout Dez. We probably should play Call By, at least. Okay, so yeah, space is kind of an issue with this deck. So we're going to go with playing Skill Drain. Once again, this isn't really meant to be a super competitive. I'm going to take this to a YCS and expect to win. It seems like he really just wants to be able to incorporate Dark Sage. And while I'm not trying to build the whole deck around Dark Sage, because deployment does have other roles that it can serve, obviously summoning Dark Magician to trigger stuff like Dark Magical Circle, we do want to be able to actually use this card. But I think we actually could probably just play one Time Wizard. We never really want to draw this guy. We're going to mainly be using this guy, summoning it off of our fusion deployment. So we're going to stick with 1. And it also, you can make the Dark Magician's fusion with this guy. So that's kind of funny. So now we're back down to having 1 slot open. So what does it look like that we're missing in here? I said we can't play Striker because we're focusing around this. We already have enough Confliction as it is here. So let's go with playing. Let's play the Shadal package to hit off of Nadir, because we're going to be playing a very slow tempo deck here, and we really want to be able to live and stun our opponents. So we're going to play the App Cologne. We're going to play the Winda. We have to play Artemis. We have to play Verde. We're not playing the Striker package, so we don't necessarily need Link Spider. So we can just play the M-Duck in case it ever does come up to where we can make Dragoon with it. And then we need to play Intis. Double Intis. I will also play the Ash Dragon. It's also noteworthy, if he doesn't want to play the Shadal package, I'd probably end up playing the Tri-Brigade Farajit, because where we have a lot of dead cards, you can use Nadir with Farajit to be able to shuffle them back into your deck. So I also just think it's hilarious. We're actually justifying playing Thousand Dragon. What year is this? So Super Poly targets, do we have everything for Dark Magician? We have the Warrior one, we have a Spellcaster one, we have the Guilty Gear Freed, we have Dragoon, we have Dragon Knight. Can't help but to think we're forgetting an important... okay, Predaplant. This is an important one right now because you can use it to get rid of your opponent's Dragoon, or your opponent, like if they go... Verde into Fusion Destiny into DPE, you can get rid of it there. And this also has double synergy with the deck, because if your Dogmatica opponent Maximuses you, you can send this, and on your standby you'll be able to search ref. So very good there. I don't think there's a lot else to really say about this. It's definitely different. It's not what I expected to be building, but I actually think it could work. Like, basically all I've really changed from his deck... Oh, wait a minute. We forgot something important. We forgot something really important. Hold on. We have to make a cut here. We forgot something that's very important, that is very hilarious. We're gonna cut Dragon Knight. We forgot one of the main reasons of playing Super Poly. Time Wizard of Tomorrow. Time Wizard of Tomorrow is a fusion monster that requires Time Wizard plus any effect monster. So you can fusion deployment into Time Wizard and then Super Poly and just get rid of whatever you want to make Time Wizard of Tomorrow. So that is quite hilarious. He has pretty much the same effect as Time Wizard. But this was actually one of the cards I meant to include very early on in the list, not this late. So, and because of that, what am I doing? We actually don't even have to be playing Thousand Dragon. Darn. I'm really going to miss that Thousand Dragon now. But we don't really need Dragon Knight either. So I think we're going to go with Omega. Okay, so now this is our finished product. I apologize. This was the card that I've been brainstorming about, because he reached out to me over the weekend, and I was like, how can we actually justify playing Time Wizard? And I was like, I think they have a fusion monster that takes Time Wizard any effect monster. So yeah, you look on your opponent's face and you go, I'll normal Time Wizard, I'll Super Poly, and I'm just going to get rid of whatever you have, and I'm going to make this little guy. And then you're free to like make a Dragoon with it. Obviously you can't make Verde if you've used fusion deployment, but you can fuse with this thing to make this thing. So lots of funny synergy in this one. This was quite a fun deck to build. As far as a side deck goes for this, just standard things such as like Evenly Matched Harpy's Feather Duster, Cosmic Cyclone. You could play Kaijus. You probably need to play Dark Ruler no more, because it would be so funny to be able to Dark Ruler your opponent's board, fusion deploy into Time Wizard, call it right, and nuke their whole board with Time Wizard. That would actually be legendary. So, but this is like one of my main favorite Super Poly targets right now because of getting rid of Baroness and DPE. But this one is also really funny as well. And then this one gets rid of DPE, because one thing I've always liked about this card, even though I've never played it a lot, because normally I'm playing cards that are like one card Verdes, is the way it gives you 6 ways to summon Dark Magician, because normally you only have this. So whenever I play 3 Super Poly in a format where it justifies it, I normally play Fusion Deployment as well, because you think about it like against Dragon Link, if you go Souls and they negate with Savage, then you can go Deployment, go into this, and Super Poly away their Savage, and then make a Dragoon with that. So, and then pop whatever else they have, or you can make Dragon Knight, or you can make this with Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and just a lot of cool interactions right now with Super Poly. So, bro, whenever you get to watch this video, comment down below, tell me what you think about it. Let me know how it works for you. This was definitely a fun one. I hope that you have some success with this in whatever you try to do. Naturally, if you're going to try to, get a regional invite or win something big, I probably wouldn't recommend playing this build. But if you're just looking to have fun at locals, have fun with friends, that's the name of the game. I always say go for it, have a good time. And if anyone has any ideas on how to make this deck better, I'd love to hear that as well. If there's anything that I've forgotten, if you can actually activate Time Wizard on turn 1, not sure, still not sure. Because it legally has cards it can destroy because it can destroy itself, but you don't have anything you can destroy on their field. So I really want to know this. I couldn't find anything in the Judge's Lounge on Facebook. It's almost like no one plays Time Wizard. Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed this video. It's something different, something fun, and remember to submit me your deck lists. I'll have the email address at the end of this video like always. Send them to me. I love to do these. So this is Mike from Dark Magical Gaming signing out until the next one.